Just a second, patient 400. The doctor will be with you in a moment. Has been quite a while. Knock, knock. Are you in there? Hi. Patient 400. It has been a while. How long has it been? Yeah, it has been a while. Good to see you again. Let me sit this down here. That case. So, the last time we seen each other, have your stress levels decreased since? Okay. How's your quality of sleep? Okay. All right, so have you noticed any improvements each and every visit we've done? Yeah? Okay. So that is good. I'll put this cardboard box down there. I wonder if it was Gerald. He likes leaving stuff all over. Maybe he was using this to test on another patient we had. We have a lot of patients these days. It ain't like how it used to be, patient 400. So, let's get straight to the point here. Okay, I know what you're here for. Actually, can you sit up a little bit there? Thank you. Okay. Honestly, I know you're in the system. It's been a while. I'm surprised you remember any of our visits anyway. Yeah. Well, it's probably while you're back. So, I have a lot of the tests we used to do here at the Sun Clinic. We no longer have access to them. Oh no, the allergies are acting up. Oh no, bad timing. We might have to cancel the appointment. No, I'm just kidding. For you, I will keep going. So, I have this wood block here that I'm going to use to test on you today, to see if we can trigger your ASMR once again. Now, as usual, as protocol here at the Sound Clinic, we actually have to, if you remember correctly, we do one test at a time. So, I'm going to be doing the test revolving this. I think it was a 2x6 that's been cut down. This here, honestly, this is a vintage piece of wood. It came from a 1966 camper. Yeah, enough about the history. You're not here for history. You're here for the test, for the potential ASMR and the possible relaxation. So I set aside good memories and get straight into it. What do you think? What do you think of that test, patient 400? Did that provide any relaxation for you? Did that trigger your ASMR? And on a scale of 1 through 10, how much ASMR was triggered? Okay. And on a scale of... I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff in here. Gerald really needs to clean up his act. On a scale of 1 through 10, how much relaxation did that test provide for you? Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm liking those results. But I do believe we have to continue. If these allergies don't make me go home early. So now, test number 2. This here is a strip of bubble wrap, and I'm going to try to trigger your ASMR with it. Starting now. Well, you know, it has been so long since we've had a visit with you that we don't just do one trigger during the test. We actually included a little bit of anticipatory ASMR. So, have you heard of anticipatory ASMR before? Yeah, of course. Since the last time, our last visit, the concept of anticipatory ASMR was quite a foreign thing. It was very rare. It's very rare. But here at the Sound Clinic, we've stepped up our game. For all intents and purposes, we have stepped up our game and learned a few things from our fellow, our peers, the other sound clinics and ASMR sound doctors out there. So what I'm going to do, though, what I'm talking about here pretty much is I'm going to move to your right ear with the bubble wrap, and I am going to do the test with the bubble wrap in your right ear. Starting now. Okay, no, the test is not over yet. I'm now going to move it to your left ear. And this time you can actually see me. Okay. Are you ready? Okay. That was the strip of bubble wrap that we have here at the Sound Clinic. This is a test that a lot of our patients enjoy, very much so. And in fact, according to the test that we have performed, this does incredibly well. That's why they like it so much. Got those little bubbles, pockets of air that have not been popped yet. So this little strip of bubble wrap still holds its protective properties. And of course, patient 400, as usual, I will ask you how much ASMR on a scale of 1 through 10 did you experience with the bubble wrap? Okay. And how much relaxation do you believe that the bubble wrap had provided to you, this test? Okay. Now that was completely expected. As I mentioned, a lot of our other patients really enjoy the bubble wrap. So, is this suitable? I don't believe that will work. It is unfortunate. Our the little light that we have is out of commission. So I'm going to have to improvise and use our large flashlight for this third test here. Unfortunately, your insurance only covers 3 tests this visit, so this will be the third one and the last one. And I probably shouldn't tell you that. Yeah, that'll cause a little stress. However, we're having tough times, so the way it's just the way it is here in the future compared to when we had our last visit. But don't let that I stopped it. It's been a long time. It has been quite a while. So I'm sure telling you that had just countered all the relaxation you just experienced. But you know what? I might be able to throw in a freebie. Okay? I'm sure things will get better. So this next test, the third test, is actually a light test here. We do this as like a follow the light thing. That's basically what it is. I don't have to explain this to you. So this is going to be bright, and if you have any discomfort at any time, please let me know and I will stop the test. So I'm going to turn this light on, and you can follow the light. Okay, I am going to move the light. This is also a little bit of anticipatory ASMR. I'm going to move the light to your left and up, and then I'm going to move it back to the center of your vision. Okay. And now I am going to move the light to your right. Okay. Back to the center. I'm going to move it up and around to the right. Back to the center. To your left. Up to the center. Back down. A little bit closer. To your left. Back to the center. Now I'm going to do it to the right. Back to the center. And farther away. Okay, maybe zoom in on that. Just like that. Zoom out. How's that? Oh, don't answer that. We're not done. So, and done. So that right there. How's your vision? How's your vision? A little spotty? Okay. That's perfectly normal, patient 400. Positive reinforcement. That is completely normal. was our third test, and we do have time for more. And because, you know what? It's good to see a familiar face in these times. I'm glad you decided to come back to my sound clinic, to be honest. So, I'm going to do you a favor because I appreciate you, and I'm going to help you out. So, what I'm going to do is bring out our fourth test. But before that, I'm going to ask you the same question as before. On a scale of 1 through 10, how much ASMR did you experience? Okay. And on a scale of 1 through 10, how much relaxation did you experience with that? Okay. And I ask any comments, concerns, questions after the third test is concluded. Do you have any of that? Oh. Okay, you know what? That's actually a good point. And I completely agree. I should not have brought up the insurance thing. So I keep note of that. Because that definitely can be a potential stressor. Yeah, it's these allergies. So, thank you for your input. I have to do that with all my patients now. I have unofficially the fourth test, which is, well, truth be told, this is kind of like an under the table thing. Okay. So, the results may vary, but they don't need to be reported. So I can break a couple rules here, okay? I'm gonna touch your right ear with these bristly gloves. And then I'm going to touch your left ear with these bristly gloves. But you won't know when I'm going to touch them. Okay. Patient 400, I'm going to touch your left ear with the bristly gloves when you least expect it. Okay. Are you with me, patient 400? Yeah. I've learned a few things since our last visit. I may be a member. Well, I know I can trust you with this. I may be a member of some underground ASMR communities. I may have connections, even. Whether those things are true or not, I cannot confirm nor deny anything. think that's good. But you know what, patient 400? We have a little bit of time here. Still off the record here. Definitely gonna have to skip my lunch break because of this. But that's not your fault. Okay? We're not gonna write down the results of that test. Which is okay. Because that officially did not happen. So, if anybody asks you, you had 3 tests, just like every other patient here, okay? Good. I know I can trust you. I know I can trust you. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now here is do one of my friends' favorite triggers here. Don't let the sharp scissors make you feel uncomfortable. Just like any other haircut, but you're not actually getting your hair done. Just like that. Okay. Okay, that one. Nice. Now, just throw there off. Okay. Now I got all this hair on top. Now, I am going to give you a scalp massage. Just like so. Remember, anything after the 3rd test is unofficial and never happened. So if anybody comes asking you questions, it never happened. Oh, what was that about the underground ASMR communities? I can't divulge any information about that. It's on a need-to-know basis. But you know there is black market ASMR. Have you heard of... There's been a lot of changes since our last visit. It's been a while. A lot of different communities. ASMR has expanded quite a bit. There's even people slinging tingles on the streets these days. Tingle dealers, if you can believe it. Like, you know, blacklisted tingles. Black market tingles. Though I'm not sure you're going to get much black market tingles from just your average tingle dealer off the street. If you get my drift. We gotta catch up one of these days, patient 400. I'm glad you're back here at the sound clinic, at my sound clinic, and what made you come back? Is that so? Glad to hear it. Well, our time is up here, patient 400, and I hope you make another appointment with us. So maybe next week. We can get another appointment next week. Schedule with the front staff up front. That's how it works now. That's how it's always worked, actually. And before I go, let me ask you a question. off the records, of course. You know, compared to those 3 tests, how was the unofficial test 4, 5, and 6, maybe 7? All those things I put in there that isn't the standard procedure. How'd those do in comparison to my official tests that I performed on you today? Well, I suspected as much. Well, patient 400, I'm glad you're back around. See you around.